Ball every season. Ball every season. Ball every season. Everything super around me, yeah, that's guaranteed. We ball every season. Ball every season. Ball every season. Keep it 10K with the team, be like a regime. We ball every season.
Welcome back to another episode of Sports Minds, where all roads lead to sports, and we talk ball every season. And you know what? Another season just started the other night. Here are your hosts, Hashmaster Z, Legendarius, and Philthy. Legendarius, tell America what's on the way right now.
Oh, we gonna touch on NBA. It was opening night, and we had pretty much all but two teams play at this point. But before we get into the NBA, you better start. What you think we gonna talk about? What did I tell you? Do you remember? Do you remember my guarantee?
That Baltimore was not going to lose to Detroit.
Guaranteed, bruh. Yeah. Beat that ass. Beat that ass.
Now to our credit,
You ready to put some respect on my Ravens? Are they Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah, I mean, the way they played and the way they have been playing this year conducive to everybody else. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them being Super Bowl contenders.
Number 2 in the AFC. I'll just say that it's the Chiefs and then the Ravens. But I feel like stylistically, plus, with Lamar, what he's got to prove, boy, I want that smoke. But I want us to get the number 1 seed, bruh. We need to get that number 1 seed, get a first-round bye, and you got to come through Baltimore to win the chip or to get to the chip with the way that Lamar's playing. Come on, man.
Right, exactly. I will give the entire pod credit because even though me and Philthy, well, at least I'll speak for myself. I did teeter around, but ultimately I chose Baltimore because I just think when people say, the Lions line and they're grimy, they do this, their defense is good. It was like, well, at the end of the day, I do trust Lamar more than I trust Jared Goff. And plus, I think if it's a grind 'em up, beat 'em up game like they hyped it all week, then that's a Baltimore game. But it didn't end up that way. Baltimore beat that ass, grinded them to dust. Lamar Jackson has been playing great all season. Like, if this is for everybody.
My man can throw, huh?
Not bad for a running back. That's fine. No, he's been excellent. So just watching him throw for throw this whole season, just stuff you pay attention to, for all the folks that kind of like pay attention to box scores or fantasy football, stop it. It doesn't mean that you know what you're talking about. So when you sit there and watch Lamar Jackson throw for throw, this is the best he's looked. And not since his MVP, he's better than that. And he's actually been better than that as a passer since 2020. So I'm just saying, this is nothing like extremely new, but you could tell this man has taken to his craft to another level. He has receivers that he could trust. You could tell because he's spreading the ball to 8 to 9 people per game the last 2 games.
The receiver's still on trial, bro. They did cost us a game 2 weeks ago, dropping wide open touchdowns. But they haven't since. I'll give them their credit. They haven't dropped them since.
Right. And my thing is, look, even in those games, and like in the Steelers games, Lamar Jackson threw the ball beautifully. So it's like you can't tell me that this man's having a career year. So I mean, it's not going to be 36 touchdowns, but it's going to be higher than he's ever threw before. Yeah, especially if I think he is going to be healthy all 17, or probably miss at least 1 game because they're going to be like, we already got our seeding. You don't have to play this. So.
Yeah. I ain't got much to say. I just like what I see. And we didn't even have Marcus Williams in that game. And again, like J.K. Dobbins is out. But I see I see these Titans starting to unload players. Boy, I say we go all in, get Derrick Henry for, the next 2-3 years.
I heard Saquon rumblings too.
I want a running back that stays healthy.
True. Okay. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins. Like, if you get Saquon Barkley, then it's like a J.K. Dobbins that's healthy for 12 games versus
Exactly.
but at least so it's like, would you trade Gus Edwards?
They would have to trade somebody on the defense. I think they'd have to unload Patrick Queen, which I'll take it. We got Roquan Smith. We're doing great on as a defense, but I feel like we'd have to probably offload Patrick Queen's contract and then, some draft picks, maybe like a second rounder or something, since Derrick Henry's probably got like 2 to 3 years left.
Right. Yeah, and it's like he's being wasted on Tennessee right now. They can't move the ball with him, and honestly, he's only been playing 50% of the snaps. So I think they are going to trade him.
Yeah. You don't play him 50% of the snaps unless you're trying to trade him. So it's not a good incentive.
Exactly. Yeah.
We got the highest paid running back in the league. We just don't use him.
Right, and he's splitting snaps with another guy. Oh, I forgot his name. That's something Spears. Tajay Spears. There you go. Yeah. For some reason, I thought that was a receiver at one point.
No, he's a rookie.
Yep, got him right here.
But yeah, how about some of these other games? We're to that point. We're to that point where we ain't touching on every game because you ain't good, you ain't good.
So can we talk about Monday night?
I mean, let's talk about it. Kirk Cousins, prime time, showed up.
Prime time Kirk Cousins. And you know what's crazy about Kirk Cousins right now? It's like his stats aren't bad. And, once again, just looking back, seeing quarterbacks throw for throw, Kirk Cousins hasn't had a bad season. He's had a great season statistically, but it's like turnovers killed them. Their defense sucks. They're one-dimensional. And Jordan Addison,
hey,
like
they say, we got Justin Jefferson number 1 and Justin Jefferson number 2.
Right. And Jordan Addison, to me, it's like when I watch. So I watched him somewhat this year, and it was kind of like, no, this kid's going to be good. I just don't know how good he is. And then against the 49ers defense and secondary, he runs crisp routes. He loves to he could pick up the racks, run after catch, all that good stuff. He's a do-it-all receiver. Like he saw his skill sets on full display. Loved what I saw, and now I'm thinking if I'm Justin Jefferson, we don't even know if Jefferson wants to leave, because some people are like, well, because he has Kirk Cousins as his quarterback, so he's probably gonna want to leave. And it's like, okay, but after watching Jordan Addison, it's like, okay, we just need to bring another quarterback in here if we're actually moving off of Kirk. If we're moving off of Kirk, who we're gonna bring in? That's gonna decide the future of Justin Jefferson. So, but Jordan Addison, that's just another leverage to stay.
Yeah, but now the Vikings are in a situation where they won 3 straight. They back in the the wild card hunt.
And that too.
With the easy, I'm not gonna say an easy win, but a winnable game this week against Green Bay.
Yep, definitely winnable. I wouldn't call it easy either. And
I mean, Jordan Love is treesh. He's in the Desmond Ritter category.
He might be a little worse.
Yeah.
They're both pretty bad. We'll get on them later. But yeah, so the 49ers dropped their second straight game. Their defensive line did not generate a sack and 45 dropbacks. Did you know that?
I did. I also watch sports television.
I'm just saying. That was a wild stat to me.
Yeah, well, you gotta hold out all preseason and
Yep.
get the highest paid contract in the league to not
Right.
produce. But
Right.
stand for the flag, man. All right, stand for the flag.
And and of course Brock Purdy once again second game in a row where it's like, all right, you got to play from behind. At least with Cleveland, he got them in position to win, and that rookie kicker ruined their chances. This time around, kicker sucks. That's been like it's just like okay. And Brock Purdy threw a couple picks to end the game.
Yeah, but this is what's ridiculous about the media and how we like to frame things is
right.
now they're making it, oh, he lost 2 games back to back, and both times he was behind, and it was on him. And it's like anybody with eyes that watched the Browns game knows that he did exactly what he needed to do.
Exactly.
And if the kicker makes a field goal, we're not having the same conversation. But the kicker missed a field goal, so somehow it's Brock Purdy's fault. And it's just like, come on, is this what we're doing?
Right.
So,
and it's like, as much as I don't like the Niners, right? Well, at least fans. As much as I like Niner fans, it's like, come on, bro. Like, it's not like all of a sudden he's trash. It's just the fact that, like I said, in Cleveland, he brought them back and put them in position to win. Kicker missed it. This time around, it's like, okay, you know what? He hasn't played from behind like that yet. So he's gonna get better. It's fine. Like, and they're 5-2. And it's like as if, whether it's media or casual 49er fans, because trust me, I've already heard some wild shit already. Well, now we have to give Darnold a shot because we lost 2 in a row. It's like, what? Have you ever watched before? It's 2 games. This man's 13-3 as a starter.
Yeah, and again, it's not his fault that you guys lost to the Browns.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's the kicker's fault.
I mean, yeah, it's like games that are like his fault that he lost. It's one game. It's like, all right, you lost a Monday Night Football game,
right?
But on top of that, it's not even. It's just ridiculous to the conversations that they're having about this team. Like, all right, like nobody's ever lost 2 games straight. And then also they're like, oh, what is he without McCaffrey and Deebo? And I was like, all right, let's insert any fucking quarterback, take away their starting running back and best wide receiver, and let's see what they are. Like, probably not as good.
Probably not as good. And it's like, aside from Lamar, Patrick, a few maybe
nobody's ever said that he's either one of those guys.
Right, exactly. Aside, for real. Like just any quarterback.
Let's put him in Dak Prescott territory. You take away Tony Pollard and CeeDee Lamb, I bet you Dak isn't looking as good.
Right. You take any quarterback from top 11 and down, that's the result you're going to get.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, it's like, come on, guys. And plus, he was this last pick of the draft, so it's like, do you really expect him to look good when he doesn't have his best peoples out there right now in this early in his career? Like that,
he's got to go undefeated, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Not why are we playing him? Yeah.
Come here,
but also there's a little controversy already. Like you kind of alluded to it, but Purdy's in concussion protocol. So wouldn't this just be some shit? Sam Darnold comes, he plays. They got the Bengals this week, by the way. Sam Darnold comes out against the Bengals and bounce back. And now they really create a QB controversy.
I don't think so. I really don't think there would be because it's like we know what Sam Darnold like. It's like some people are like, well, he's still young, he can grow, he's younger than Lamar, I think. Like because I think he is actually like 26 or 25 years old right now.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying there should be one, but the media would definitely create. The media would create one.
I'm just talking through the lens of the media right now. That's all.
Okay.
So I know you're not proposing that. Hell no. Yeah. What?
Yeah.
This sport vines, dog? What? I know this.
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah, you're right. I think they'll blow it up. Sam Darnold, former first round pick, looking good, and then it's like, well, since he was a former first round pick, and we've seen other people come back from the ashes, and this is he has weapons around him. This is the real Sam Darnold. But what do you want, Sam Darnold at his best or Brock Purdy? So, yeah, that's exactly how it framed too. So.
Yep, exactly. Like you're like spot on. So we'll see what happens with that one.
You're right. I'm intrigued just to see on how it turns out and see how people react to it. So
let me glow real quick because for some reason you just love to pick against me and you never win. I don't know why you keep doing this to yourself. What did I tell you? What did I tell you was going to happen on Sunday night? I used to pray for times like this, shine like this, so I had to rhyme like that, to shine like this. Come on, bro. Why are you playing with Philly? Why are you playing with Philly, dog?
Miami. Boom. It's over. God. Honestly, it's this. All right. You know what? I've put too much stock this year on teams that look flashy and nice. Because normally I don't. I'm just like, all right, you know what? Their offensive lines are good. If they're, XYZ, they play this brand of football, they should win. This year I've been more of like, if you say you're the team that you say you are, you need to win this game. So I'm not going to go on that logic anymore. We're halfway through the season. I have an overwhelmingly losing record in these, in these picks. Probably the worst week to week pick'ems I've had in a very long time that I can remember. So, that hurt. That hurt to watch because Philly, did what we expect teams with good defensive lines and offensive lines do. Control the game, and beat the other team to submission. Like the Dolphins really couldn't move the ball at all. Like passing wise, sure. Like you're throwing it to Tyreek Hill, of course, but Jalen Waddle hurt his back. We saw Cedric Wilson sightings, and just the offense didn't look the same because Raheem Mostert and that backfield got stuffed and made Miami one dimensional. So
yeah, and this is the only thing I will give Miami a bit of a pass, only because not only was Ramsey out, but Xavier Howard was out.
Right.
So it's like it'd be one thing, and like, oh yeah, our top two corners are out, next man up. It's like actually these are like two of the best corners, two of the top 10 corners in the league on the same team that did not play. So we'll give them a little bit of a pass. Like if they had two of the top 10 corners in the league on the field, then maybe AJ Brown has been going crazy on them.
And their offensive line has been a little banged up too. But either way, it's like you're out there, you're playing. We saw what happened. But it's like that is the fact. They have been dealing with injuries. So
so I'm not jumping all the way off, but I did know for this game, I was like, nah, Philly ain't losing this one. Simple as that.
Congrats to Philly. I couldn't get too Philly happy and keep choosing them to win games because Dallas fan. But realistically, Philadelphia is good. Very good.
Yeah. Let's see if there's anyone else worth talking about.
Yes.
Browns got the dub. Are we going to talk about the Bills, the great white hope that never shows up when it's time?
Actually, I was going to talk about the Jaguars.
What are we talking about with the Jags? You trying to dump on my Saints? What are we talking about here?
Hey, I'm just saying, Jacksonville looks really good. They like when I say really good, their defense looks really good. Trevor Lawrence is, he's playing fine. He actually has the same amount of the same stats as Lamar does right now. Actually, 8 touchdowns, 2 to 3 picks, 1,600 plus yards passing, and it's like, I don't see the Peyton Manning clearly, but at the same time, he's good. Trevor Lawrence is good, very good. I think it's just, the whole thing about the defense being the game is getting called more balanced this year. So that's why we're not seeing all these like Star Wars numbers, throughout 8 weeks, which is good. I actually like this type of football. Let's see how good you really are. If you don't, if you're not having all the calls catered to offense, let's see how good these quarterbacks are. And Trevor Lawrence, I'm seeing him master, 10 play drives, 5 play drives, big plays. Travis Etienne, I've always been a fan, but for those who maybe didn't know he was going to be good in the NFL, well, he's good. Newsflash. And then, of course, you go on the other side. You see the Saints. That offensive coordinator needs to go. It's like watching paint dry. You're wasting this roster that could have been a lot better than what it is right now.
Pete Carmichael, fuck off.
Agreed.
Yes.
That's the Joker's name, man. Oh man, I was getting so sick of this game between Press Taylor not using Ridley and Pete Carmichael calling this bullshit. Yeah, it was a shitty game. The score is a lie.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
And I don't know. I'm still not really sold on the Jags. They've had a pretty cakey schedule, and I'm gonna make a bold prediction that they're gonna lose the next 2 games.
Okay. So who do they play?
At Steelers.
Okay.
Home against the Niners.
Oof. Yeah.
Then we can see if they're really good or not. But it's like, all right, cool. Like, you beat the Saints, you beat the Colts, you beat the Falcons. Like, nobody cares. You beat the Bills. Is that really, like, impressive now with what we've seen out of the Bills? I don't think so. So, I need to see more. And, just like those certain teams, you need to see, like, actually tested. Like, the same thing with the Dolphins. We need to see them actually tested. I need to see that with the Jags. Like, I need to see y'all play a good team.
Okay. No, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
I know we're not there yet, but I know Hashmaster was talking about fraud alert when we were kind of chatting about the Dolphins Philly game, but the real fraud alert is Buffalo Bills.
We have not talked about that game yet. So yes, let's talk about it. Let's go. The Great White Hope, as Legendarius called him, that never shows up. So when the Bills needed him most, he was gone.
Yeah, the elusive white whale. Go figure.
So the Bills have been teetering. It's like they are the classic team that looks good at times when they're against really good teams, and then look absolutely dog shit against teams that they should beat. Where it's like they play down to their competition, play shit too close, and then stuff like this happens. There should have been no reason why that the Patriots scored 29 points when they've been a bottom 5 offense actually probably the worst offense all season. So
Peter, you're being too nice. Josh Allen throws a pick first play of the game. Incredible. Incredible. I thought they could have been one up. The other week when the Pats first play, they had an offside. I mean, a delay game, but this is way worse.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that too, but yeah, it's all good. Yes, I heard somebody say Josh Allen should probably spike the ball in the beginning of the game, just so he doesn't throw him.
Just as a palate cleanse. Let me wipe the decks. Here we go.
Right. It was like, hey guys, we don't want you throwing a interception in the first play, so just spike it, and then we'll play for 2 downs.
Yeah.
Well, let's not completely take it away. I mean, shout out to Bill Belichick, man. I mean, this is what he does. He schemes up a plan. He's making it work without Judon, without his number one Christian Gonzalez, and schemed up the Bills. And as usual, the Bills, I mean, they couldn't fight their way out of a paper bag, man. They just couldn't figure it out. James Cook, 13 whole rushes, man. I mean, I don't know. I think at a certain point, we got to start looking at Sean McDermott. You've had this roster for how long? You still can't figure it out. Your defense has been solid already. Yeah, you're missing some key pieces, but come on, man. It's been you, Josh Allen, and friends for how many years now? You're not getting over the hump.
Yeah. And I actually
Ken Dorsey is a terrible OC.
but I think there are rumblings in the building about Sean McDermott, actually. So Leslie Frazier, hey, he stepped down. I wonder why.
Yes.
And a lot of, some players have been talking about McDermott's coaching style and whatnot. But Ken Dorsey too. So we'll see. But yeah, no, Ken Dorsey, it's like it's like as if they went from, okay, guys, let's not rely everything on Josh Allen. Let's play like actually team football on offense, to where we are giving our running backs carries. And what happened? They're scoring 35 points a game, looking phenomenal. And then once they flip back to their old habits, like Josh Allen, help us win. We're gonna only run the ball 20 times total in the game. And then you're going to have to throw just Stephon Diggs every single play. Give the ball to Tucker. And then next thing you know, they unravel. So they got to find that happy balance. But yeah, I think it's time to kind of hey, Sean, you've had this roster for how long now? And everybody always crowns your quarterback as an MVP candidate, and it hasn't happened. Or you guys are supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite and been at the divisional round for how many years? So, yep, I agree, Philthy.
Well, let's not completely get away with from one Mr. Smackdown Jones laying the smackdown on the Buffalo defense for 272 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Mac attack could not be stopped by the vaunted Bills defense. Incredible. We get 2 W's from the Pats, or is this just a flash in the pan?
I mean, this is the beauty of the NFL, right? So anything can happen in any given Sunday. So I mean, I don't think they're gonna end the season on just 2 wins. So they'll end up squeaking out of at least 4 more. I think so. But I will say Patriots will not be in no playoff hunt. So that is out of the question.
Is it possible to be eliminated in October? I don't know.
Yeah.
Not mathematically, but we can go ahead and eliminate the Patriots, the Giants, the Titans, the Panthers, the Packers, Cardinals, Broncos, Bears. You can eliminate them all from the playoffs right now.
Right. right. All those teams, stick a fork in them. They're done.
And there's one team that I left out, and it's the last team we'll touch on. But I low-key want to eliminate them from the playoffs too. And that's the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. No. Let's do it. Man, what a waste of it. It's like, whoo! See, the whole Justin Herbert thing, it's so polarizing, because it's you see the talent. He is good, but it's now, I mean, I'm not going to say that it's Staley's fault all straight up, but it's, hey, bruh, you threw another game-winning pick. And it's like you're getting paid $256 million. But it's not like Stephen A. and Shannon will be like, "Well, Justin Herbert ain't worth the money." We'll be focused on Lamar Jackson if whether or not he could quote unquote play quarterback or some stupid shit. But Justin Herbert's getting passes by routinely throwing picks in the fourth. At first I was like, "Oh no, man, there's no way he's gonna end up with another Phillip Rivers." And then literally, it's like I'm watching Phillip Rivers who could run.
Oh yeah. That's right.
What do you guys think is going on with Austin Eckler? Did he push himself back too early after the ankle, or he just can't find running lanes? He's just having a down season. Lamar can't use him properly.
I think
they don't use him properly.
Yeah, obviously, I just think they're calling shit plays for him, and also
good old Kellen,
right? And it's like I think with the Chargers attack, it's more of like first they're like, okay, let's dink and dunk people to death, and then it's like, okay, let's be explosive, but then your quarterback routinely in crunch time when he's trying to hit that big play makes the wrong play. And what teams do is like, oh, okay, hey, the Chargers are the Chargers. They're going to make a mistake eventually, but let's take out one of their best weapons, which is Austin Eckler, crowd the box, make Justin Herbert actually beat us. And as crazy as that sounds, that's what I see. Because if you have Austin Eckler running wild, then clearly more passing lanes open up. Then we see like the crazy good Justin Herbert that everyone else sees as well. But when you don't, and every down's a passing down, more prone to the mistakes. They're playing the Chargers. They know something's going to go wrong. They go their way eventually.
Well, let's not give the Chiefs defense too much credit. Josh Kelly still had a day, 7 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. He took Eckler's mojo there.
Well,
is that 25 yards? Come on, man.
75 yards. I think he almost hit 100.
It was one.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
He ran for like a 60-yard touchdown.
I'm not gonna lie. I turned the game off.
right. It's not like it was like he was gashing them like 10 yards per carry for 7 carries. It was like one big run, and then they stuffed him up. After that. So.
Yeah, I was celebrating because the Ravens beat that ass. So I apologize. I missed that. I missed that play. I did see the highlights though.
Before we completely leave this game, I mean, Mahomes bounced back.
Also, I was gonna say, it's kind of the Chiefs are kind of unwatchable right now because I don't know if I'm watching the Chiefs or I'm watching the Eras tour. I'm getting sick of it.
That's hilarious. I don't blame you there, but I mean the mojo's rubbing off on Mahomes. He finally bounced back, almost dropped 430 yards, 424, 4 touchdowns. That's what you want to see. He's been kind of off his rocker this season. Hopefully, some more of that average juice keeps coming through. Travis Kelce's going to keep showing off for her. 12 for 179 and a touchdown. He just needs a 3-touchdown game, and then he's just going to put a ring on it.
Yeah, for real. Like, yo, you're my muse. You're my muse.
Right. It's like
you can't leave me. We're gonna lose the Super Bowl.
I'm averaging 100 yards a game every time you watch.
That's how Taylor Swift becomes hated. If she breaks up with Travis Kelce and then they lose the Super Bowl. It's like you ruined our Super Bowl window.
Taylor, we got a big game. It's for the division. You're gonna be there, babe. I have a tour that day. No, you're not.
Yeah,
shout out to the camera work. Did you see them flash and get their little handshake? Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes.
Yeah, I did.
I know Brittany Mahomes is so happy Taylor Swift entered her whole timeline because she went from most hated wife to the most lovable sideshow since that's like such a fast tour. I mean, I'm so happy for her, but no, she's still unlikable. I don't want to see her. I see her way too much. The Netflix show is enough for me. I don't need to see her again, ever.
Yo, but you want to know what's savage about that camera work, the little handshake thing?
Yeah.
I saw somebody did like a live video from the game. Jackson Mahomes was in that handshake, dog.
Yeah, he was trying to get up in there. Yeah.
I was like, yo, how the hell did like that's elite camera work right there. It's like, all right, let's get Taylor and Brittany. Or what? Oh, who's this coming in? All right, cut it out.
Cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we don't want Jackson Mahomes there. No.
Well, that's a one-time affair because Taylor didn't know. One of her PR is gonna be like, Jackson Mahomes did this, and she's gonna have him shadow banned from the box.
Right.
Done.
And then what was the other shit? I hate I have to be the one to point this out about the handshake. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there was a movie back in 1997 starred.
You're not mistaken.
Lindsay Lohan. It was The Parent Trap, and that was the handshake they did. So, I mean, I don't think they made a handshake. They just did that because they want to call themselves soul sisters now. So, yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure it was very much like, oh my God, have you seen The Parent Trap? I love Lindsay Lohan. Oh, do you know that? Oh, I know it. And then you just rolled with it. It was that easy over a fucking spritzer.
So, America, look it up in case, either A, you're not old enough to remember that movie, or B, you needed to get a refresher on nostalgia. So, that's what I saw. That's The Parent Trap handshake. So, not creative. F.
Okay.
Kind of underwhelming coming from Taylor Swift.
Come at me, Swifties. I dare you. They'll post my address online.
All right. Well, before we get into these predictions, let's talk about the NBA.
Yes.
Let's talk about opening night, bum ass A Disney. Right on cue. This dude, I'm gonna make this comparison. Don't get too upset, Cowboys fans. Lakers out here talking like the fucking Cowboys after the Niners game. That's what we were doing.
Yeah.
All off season. Oh, it's good to see that they on our minds. Oh, we got something for them. Oh, I'm looking forward to playing them. Are you? Because Anthony Davis, you came out, you had 17 points in the first half. He had 0 points in the second half. 0 in the second half. You make $62 million a year. Come on.
Unacceptable.
Well, they just kept doubling him. Just, the double team every time. But I got to shoot the ball more.
Get the fuck out of here. He was not getting double teamed every time.
He was not.
Very tough out there, just, my shot selection wasn't the best, but I got to shoot the ball more.
I'm literally, I'm like already sick. It's like, this is like more of what's to come this season. Because it's just like, yo, like, and again, like, luckily he finished the game and, didn't hurt his fucking toe or something. But it's just like, yo, already? And like, Jokic absolutely dominated this dude. It's like, yo, get out of my way. Get out of my way. I want to lay it up here. Hold on. Let me get the rebound. I want to lay it up here. Get out of the way. I'm going to shoot. You're not going to guard me? You're going to leave me wide open? All right. I'm going to lace that for you. It's like, come on, bro. Like, you guys are both big men. He just straight up clowned you. And he admitted, it's like, yeah, I haven't really been in the gym. Like, what? This dude hasn't even been playing basketball, and he just kicked your ass up and down the court.
Like not even that. It was so like watching Jokic, lumber up and down the court and hitting those jump shots and shit, and doing doing Jokic things, with his assists and whatnot, and then just cooking AD. Like you said, Legendarius, I was already fucking sick. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, these motherfuckers about to lose this game because AD does not want none of Jokic. He ran.
I had a different matchup that was kind of setting me off. It wasn't so much a Jokic. I knew he's gonna get his, but they're letting Contavious Caldwell Pope do absolutely anything as if he wasn't a Laker before. Like we've never seen this guy play basketball in life. Letting him hit everything, 2 of 3 from 3. Letting this guy get shit off, 8 of 12 from the field. What are we talking about here? 20 points. Like, just know what's happening here. It was just ridiculous.
Man.
It was just like, all right, guys, we get it. You let Aaron Gordon absolutely boss on you for the random putback dunk. Like, all right, man, come on. And the real issue is LeBron on a minute restriction. If LeBron's on a minute restriction, well, AD, you got to step up. All that talking you used to do all the time, going back as a Pelican, you got to kind of do that at a certain point. Stop going to Vegas or whatever the fuck you do in the offseason because it's not getting better. You're going to have to leave the point. If LeBron's
This
on a minute restriction.
this is the point that LeBron's trying to make, though. Is like, yo, I'm not doing this shit again. In terms of like, I'm not playing 39, 40 minutes a night. Like, I'm about to be 39 years old. I'm not playing 40 minutes a night. You getting paid the money, lead the team. We got a team that should be more than serviceable in my 30 minutes a night on the court. And I love post game, he just straight up threw the team under the bus, but I love it because they asked him, and he's like, well, you know, me personally, I had a good game. Like, I was a +7. I was a +7. So like, hey, I don't know what the fuck they were on, but when I was in the game, we were doing good. But you know, I'm the oldest player in the league. How long you want me to like? I ain't playing all these fucking minutes. Game 1. I'm playing all these minutes, period. Like, I'm the oldest player in the league. Y'all need to do something. Y'all get paid money, too.
Right, exactly. It can't be me putting on a cape at 40, damn near 40 years old. Like, you gave this man $62 million a year. He's got to...
because the bigger issue is like, yo, if I got to do this shit in the regular season, then it's going to be like it was last playoffs. I'm going to be gassed. But on top of that, it's like, you guys need to play better or we're not going to win. Because I can step my shit up to another level. But if I got to step my shit up to another level just for us to win regular season games, then we ain't winning nothing.
Right. And was it me or Gabe Vincent was missing a lot, too, from the 3?
I mean, that's what Gabe Vincent does.
Yeah, I mean, he was 0 from 4, but, I mean, you got to stick to your identity, and it's not that shit.
Yeah.
He said it's not that.
But that's historically what Gabe Vincent does. He's a streaky shooter. Even on the Heat, it's not like the dude was just like he wasn't Max Strus or Duncan Robinson out there. Like, he's not a fucking sharpshooter. It's just like, all right, if he's on, he's on, and if he's not, he's not. So basically, it's got D'Lo and D'Lo Jr. out there.
Oh man, D'Lo.
Yeah, and D'Lo too. A couple boneheaded plays there, man.
Boneheaded plays.
I hope it's not a thing. I feel like the thing would be we get down, or the Lakers get down, and then everyone starts making boneheaded plays trying to compensate for the miscues, and that's just also a way to lose in basketball too. So they gotta. It's one game. I'm not gonna bury them completely, but it's not looking good so far. I like Prince.
Yeah. I do like Prince. That's a solid pickup. He's a real knockdown shooter, man.
That's a sharp
I'm open, bang. I'm open, bang. So he's a good addition. But I already said before the season started, I want D'Lo out of here, man. Yeah. Do what we gotta do. Go out trade D'Lo for Malcolm Brogdon right now. I don't care.
Yep. No, wait, did you hear LeBron say, hey, I'm open on the elbow? And then, like, D'Lo was like, I got you. Then he tried to do an ISO 3 anyway.
Yeah, bro. It was ridiculous.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Ridiculous.
Incredible.
I do think we'll get a win tonight, though. We're playing the Suns, and the Suns, it's funny, but it's not funny. And, you know, for the listeners, I texted the chat during game 1. I was like, yo, Booker, if he stays healthy, he's going to be MVP this year. I said that.
Yeah.
But right on cue, Booker, he's not playing tonight. He said, yo, I'm hurt. Bradley Beal already started out the season hurt. And it's just like, damn, typical Suns, bro. Like, literally, this is like what we said. Like, man, if they're healthy, they're going to be good. It's like, yeah, well, we're not going to be healthy, so don't worry about it.
Right. It's like, if we healthy, we good. Well, hey, good news for you. The rest of the league, we're not. So
Yeah.
Well, they're still warming up. To be fair, NBA took about 4 or 5 weeks to get to normal. So we got maybe 15-ish games or so for NBA.
yeah,
I don't know, but how are you gonna load manage after one game?
Yeah,
You gotta get ready for that tournament, baby. What you mean? We gotta
Oh
get
my
that tournament
god.
mindset. That NBA
You gotta
tournament
get ready
mindset.
for that tournament.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
God,
I forgot about that garbage.
me too.
How we feel, but I do think that the Suns. I mean, they didn't have Beal, but you could just see with Beal out there. It's like, this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. Nurkic is such a step up from DeAndre Ayton. It's crazy. Like Nurkic can spread the floor. He's tougher. He can make better passes. Like just higher basketball IQ all around. It's just like
right. And he's not a baby. He's not a crybaby. You know.
Yeah.
Like I see, because Nurkic, it's like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to score in double digits, but I'm about to be dirty, get these rebounds, and make the right play to make sure that my teammates score the ball.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't see Nurkic cry not one time. He just kept it pushing.
You're right.
Nope.
I can't wait to see Ayton play. I got to see what he's looking like as a Blazer. I can't wait to see the comedy.
Oh, you can't wait? You didn't see it last night? It was awful.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro. I was just gonna get into that. So DeAndre Ayton last night. So the Trailblazers
not the clearing of the throat
to the Clippers, 123-111.
What's his nickname, by the way?
Rebounds and 4 points.
What's his nickname? Remember, he gave himself a nickname. DeAndre Nation or something like domination.
Yeah. Oh yeah, DeAndre Nation. Anyway, domination.
It was a car crash, just like his career.
So, and he said he wanted to be a scorer, a number one option, stuff like that. And with all that, drum roll, please. 4 points. He scored a grand total of 4 points.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh shit.
4 points. He had 5 fouls, and he had 12 rebounds.
Well, he had the 12 rebounds.
Killer.
Doing what he would be doing.
I just
doing what he'd be doing on the goddamn side.
I just needed an opportunity to shine. I just needed an opportunity to shine. Bro, I got beasted by Zubox, dog. Beasted by Zubox.
Right.
Spurs Mavs. Yes, I watched the game. It's not really. I don't know how I feel. The Spurs still aren't good. So I had a feeling the entire time that the Mavs were going to win, as they did. But Wemby looked good.
Yeah, I felt like the Spurs were oddly competitive. I didn't expect them to be that competitive for that long in the game. And even down to the first quarter, I was like, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing here. I'm sure Pop will figure it out. I wasn't too worried about Wembanyama's stat line. I mean, the 5 fouls, he don't like that, but I mean, he's gonna get that down with playing time. But damn, dude, Luka Doncic again, just absolutely killing it, man. I mean, I feel like it was a few times the Spurs were kind of lazy on defense, but you can't contain Luka. He's just too killer. But it was just a completely entertaining game to see with not having any stakes in it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the big issue with the Mavs is they don't play defense. So,
yeah, absolutely no defense.
Eventually, that is going to come back to haunt them. And
they're apparently okay with letting Kyrie do whatever because his shot selection was nasty and he just kept bricking.
Yeah, and it is just a little interesting. They're not really playing Seth Curry, so
yeah.
He might be on the move eventually, but from what I saw, same old Mavs, don't play defense, Luka reliant. There's no true flow to their offense. It's like Kyrie watching Luka, Luka watching Kyrie. They don't really complement one another. So
I did
I
notice
don't see
something
them making
funny
the
because
playoffs.
what I do love about the NBA is like the random times you get to see stuff like when Bradley Beal got left hanging on a player switch out and he did not get the high five. Shout out to Bradley Beal being the first one to not get one. But in this game, it's like at the end of the game, fourth quarter, and they're trying to the Mavs are pushing around defensive assignments, even though like they're probably going to win the game. I think Luka just made the last three was already made, so they're going to win anyways. And they're saying defensive assignments, he's just walking around pointing. Luka's trying to direct everyone. No one's looking at Luka. Kyrie's trying to direct people. No one's looking at Kyrie. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're just standing here pointing fingers. It didn't make
They're
any
like, yo,
sense.
guard these guys. I'm not gonna guard them. You guard them. Hey, this is my man. This is my man right here. I need you to guard my man.
Him. It was
You
so
need to guard
crazy.
my man. I'm saving up for my next dribble package.
That's why I'm glad the NBA is back. Those little things off the court they don't talk about, like Draymond's crazy ass wearing sunglasses. How long? Jeez, man, what are you doing, Mr. Too Cool for School?
Hey, man, swag. Don't talk about that NBA swag now. They got their own wardrobe. They live in a whole different world than us. We don't know what swag is. They know what swag is.
That's true. They got some deep closets.
Yeah. Let's make a prediction for this night's. There's only 2 games tonight, which is nice. We got the Sixers at the Bucks.
That's gonna be
Speaking
a
of
real
the
funny
Sixers,
game.
how about James Harden, who just ghosted the team, and then he like shows up like, "Yo, all right, I'm ready to hit the road in Milwaukee." They're like, "Nah, you stay home, bro." It's like, "All right, cool, trade me to LA."
I mean, I just think they should just spite him and send him to like a god awful team just on purpose.
Well, no team will do that because they know what will happen, which is that he just won't show up.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm
true.
not gonna practice. I will show up. I will show up to play this game though, but practice, nah, I'm not feeling that.
What a
You trying to tell me what to do offense? I'm gonna do my own thing.
It's such a crappy
but
situation.
at the same time, if Daryl Morey actually said I'm gonna trade you to the Clippers and then just didn't do that, then it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
You know,
I feel like both sides are wrong.
Because it's like, yo,
right.
I could have opted out. Because he's like, I could have, but he's like, I could have opted out and not been in this situation and been exactly where I wanted. You said, hey, about that. And since we have such a relationship, you've gotten me hundreds of millions of dollars. I trusted in you that you were going to trade me where I wanted to go. And, your team will get an asset or 2 back. And now you want to run this fuck shit? Like, nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah.
We're done here. I'm not playing for this team. Or if I am, we're playing under my terms, which is I'm going to be in the strip club during the day and I'll show up for the game at night. And then I'm right back to the strip club. All right? That's the routine every day until you trade me.
Keeping my booth warm out there at freaking Starlets. I feel it.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of the prediction, I think the Bucks are absolutely going to torch them with or without James Harden. Dame coming out show. It starts today.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be a Bucks party. Embiid will do his numbers if he doesn't get in foul trouble, but it's going to be beautiful to see the Giannis Dame pick and roll with Middleton getting wide open threes.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine the effort we're going to see out of Philly as a whole outside of Embiid because there's just no steam over here. I mean, I feel like some people are penciling him as a playoff team already. I don't know. It's such like a media fire. It's like, I got to see them string together 10 wins first.
Nah, they're going to be a playoff team. Nick Nurse is a great coach. He's a step up from Doc Rivers, in my opinion. Maxey will probably take that next step. And, Maxey will take that next step now since he doesn't have to, defer to Harden. He's the number 2 option. So I see Maxey getting more numbers. I see Tobias Harris putting up more numbers now since he'll get more shots. I think they'll be fine. You know what I mean? But they're not going to be a contender. They'll be fine. Good enough to make the playoffs. They'll be fine. Like in the Cleveland Cavaliers territory.
Oh yeah, that sounds about accurate.
But we'll see how it all plays out tonight. But we don't
It's the
only
second
have
game on the
basketball
slate.
tonight. Oh, the second game is Suns at the Lakers. We
Oh
already
yeah, that's
touched on
right.
that a
That's
little
right.
bit. The Lakers should get the win. Booker's out.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal's out. So it's just Kevin Durant and Eric Gordon versus the Lakers. That should be a dub.
Yeah. Now, if the Lakers do give this up, I probably will not talk about the Lakers at all for like a couple weeks because how you blow this, and it's the second game of the season.
If the Lakers lose this game, I'm burning the LeBron jersey.
I gotta buy one just to burn it, so I probably won't.
There. But we don't only have basketball on tonight. We got football tonight.
That's true.
Bucks at the Bills. They got the Bills as big favorites in this game. I don't think it will end up that way.
Smells like a trap game.
For sure. So, first of all, I got the Bucks to cover because the Bills are favored by 9.5 points, which is insane.
Yeah.
But I do think that I think the Bills will get the win in this game. Baker Mayfield is coming back down to earth, which is, being his typical mediocre self.
That's true. He has a
not
crash
feeding
landed.
the ball, not feeding the ball to Godwin. And plus with the Bills and all the drama after they just lost to the Patriots, and then they didn't look good against the Giants, I think they'll come out a little more focused. But the Buccaneers defense is solid, and
Yeah, they are.
the Bills, they're really banged up defensively. So I could see, the Buccaneers still being able to move the ball with Godwin and Evans and, put up some points enough to keep it close, but
Man, he said it right the first time. It's a Mike Evans offense only and Rashad White to avoid the sack, and he will just average 20 yards a game because he sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Free Leonard Fournette. What happened to my boy? Lombardi Lenny. Now he's just out the league.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of these teams that actually need running backs are just not going to him. A couple other players, I think, that are open. Like, they're just sitting out here. Like, that's why I shout out to the Seahawks. You guys picked up Frank Clark, which is like, he's just out there. No one's – I don't get it. I just don't know how you're just not considering talent instead of, you guys are trying to win. It's almost a trade deadline. You're either trading or you're signing players, and you guys just aren't moving. So, Frank Clark to the Seahawks. Great. Great job, Pete Carroll.
Yeah. Oh, let's get into the Sunday slate. We got the Pats at the Dolphins. Do you think the Pats bounce back, or do you keep the momentum, or is the L?
Nah, I've been liking this matchup for years now. Ever since the Dolphins were not the Dolphins that we know today. I'm still gonna keep rolling with Miami on this. They're just too fun to watch. Belichick's gonna do his thing, but nah, man, this matchup has been going on for so long. The Dolphins got him.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins as well. The Dolphins actually have had the Pats number, especially in Miami, for the last decade. Battle of New York, the Jets at the Giants.
This game's gonna be
Wilson
like the most funniest game ever, or it's gonna be just Washington, New York from last week.
I think it's gonna be hilarious. But I do think the Jets will get the win.
Me too. I'm on with the Jets. They're getting more healthy. I think just about everyone should be back for this game. So they're going to roll out Tyrod one more time to massacre my boy's name and all his good progress for the sake of Daniel Jones. And I feel it, but someone's got to lose, and it's definitely going to be the New York Giants.
Man, I feel like Tyrod should be the starter moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. Like we've been saying for weeks now, the offense flows better. Everything kind of works around Tyrod a lot better than Daniel Jones. We'll find out what he looks like when he comes back. But if he hasn't been looking at tape or doing something with that neck, it's just more of the same. I mean, this is what you get. You pay the wrong guy, and you have to eat the money, and now you got to eat the money.
Yeah. Agreed.
What are scouts for? Obviously, not doing their jobs.
That's the NFL way, man. Hey, it's not, I scouted the player. He looked good. If he plays bad, it's not my fault, man. He just doesn't work hard enough. He doesn't study, whatever. It's not my fault. I'm the smartest guy in the room. It's not my fault, okay?
Of course, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, coach.
Jag Steelers.
Man, I think this can be more competitive than what we think. The Jags defense isn't necessarily shut down. I think they're more opportunistic than shut down. Steelers defense, if you get to a close game in the fourth, good luck to you. You're gonna find a way and lose it. Man, this is tough. Steelers are at home. I'm gonna roll with the home. I'm gonna roll with the home team. I think Pickett's gonna pull this out for the Steel Curtain. I'm gonna roll with the Steelers.
Look at that. We're in sync right now. I got the Steelers as well, even though I don't want them to win. And the fact that the Steelers are going to be 5-2 after this week is like insane to me. But that's the reality. Steelers should get this win. Falcons, Titans. I mean, who cares really? Will Levis is supposed to start.
What I care about most in this game is if the Falcons are actually going to do their job correctly and report, player health as they should. I don't know what type of snafu happened last week. Absolutely reckless by them. I hope they get fined because what's going on here? They knew as late as Saturday that Bijan wasn't right. You're still going to not say anything and trot his ass out there? All right, guys. So I hope they learn from that and, everything moves on. But, yeah, they need a fat fine for that.
What was the deal with Bijan?
According,
I saw he had 3 yards.
I feel like it's unofficial, but it's just like he said, "Oh, I woke up, I didn't feel right." It could be just like a little health thing in terms of it could be migraine. No one really knows. But the thing is, he reported to the team. The team didn't put anything on the injury reports. NFL's been really vocal about using the injury reports and being, upfront about this stuff for years now, and they just didn't disclose any of that. So while he's on the field, he's out there for 10 snaps. He gets the ball one time in the fourth quarter. It's like, what are you doing? And so that's where all the questions started arising, and they tried to explain it away, but I don't think you're going to explain it away. So I think they're still getting investigated for it.
Interesting. Well, who do you think's going to win the game?
Too, especially with how open everyone or the sports people are with like being in bed with gambling and everything like that. That's huge implication when you're not letting everyone know about a star player that could swing the line. And so, no, yeah, I feel like there are definitely a lot of not happy parties that came out after this game. So I think it'll be rectified. But no, that was nasty.
Yeah. If only we knew beforehand, I would have bet $1 million on Bijan Robinson under.
Yeah, everyone had a chance on making some money on that the other way. Thanks, Atlanta. And just for that, I don't want to pick you, but I'm going to pick you because the defense is going to win it for the Falcons because the Titans are running out 2 quarterbacks, and that's not smart. So it's the Falcons' game to lose, but the Falcons should be winning this game. Despite Desmond Mitter messing it up.
You just hit the nail on the head. Desmond Mitter messing it up. That's what's going to happen. I got the Titans winning. It's a home game. It's a familiar game. You could, in some way, say it's a bit of a revenge game, even though it's not really. It's just, Arthur Smith, who used to be the OC, is now Falcons head coach, playing against his old boss, Mike Rabel. So I'm going to roll with the defensive coach that went against that offense for years and years to shut down the offense. Especially
kind of surprising. The Titans just gave up Kevin Baird. You still think they can pull that one out without their number one?
Yep.
Dicey.
I have supreme confidence. They wouldn't do that for no reason. Clearly, they got a backup that's solid. And, they're obviously trying to position themselves for the future a little bit. So I don't. Obviously, they made that move. I don't see that move as like, all right, we're really punting the season. I just think it's like, They probably looked at the analytics and they're like, we don't really miss out on much letting this guy go, so let's let him go, save some money, and we can reload, something like that. But
Let's get this guy Super
I
Bowl.
do I do still believe like the Titans can win this game. Plus, it's going to be most likely Will Levis starting. Will Levis can actually like throw the ball. This might be the game where Tannehill starts to see the bench. Obviously, he's injured, but Will Levis comes out and actually can throw the ball accurately to D Hop. Titans can win.
Ooh, the Will Levis era begins.
Yeah, man. He's a first round talent.
Eagles Comanskis, aka the Commanders. I'll never call them that on purpose. What you looking like? Comanskis at home.
I got the Eagles. They played around with them the first time they played. That game went to overtime. I think this time they'll come out a little more focused and dominate them start to finish.
I think it's just because it's a divisional game, it gets a little bit more chippy. I still see Philly pulling it out, but maybe more closer than the implied spread of 6.5.
The last game was close. You really think they're both going to be close?
I mean, I'll say ultimately that's up to Sam Howell. He is the league's sack dummy this year, so that's really up to him and how he's gonna play. But if they're gonna let the line get after him, then you're right. It will just end up being a blowout.
Yeah. Let's see. Texans Panthers. I got the Texans.
Yeah, I think
CJ
this game has
Stroud
the
against Bryce
potential to
Young.
be a lot of fun on both sides of the ball because you're gonna have the Texans and the CJ Stroud offense continually getting better, especially with Tank Dell coming back. I think they have some other offensive players coming back on the line. And then you have the Panthers. How long is Bryce Young gonna last in the pocket before he takes more sacks? And then we have the progression still of good old Adam Thielen not going away. So I think this could do a couple of ways to look at this game. It could be fun. I'm rolling with the Texans for sure. I feel like they're a lot more primed and ready to go. The Panthers still got more work to do, but I think it'll be entertaining for sure.
Yeah. I find it hilarious how the Panthers, who were, I want to say 7-10 last year, traded up to get the number 1 pick, and now they can't win a game.
Well,
Like,
they picked the wrong number 1. Go figure. Too many good options. I guess that's what happens when you have like a top 3 pick. It's too many options, and you just kind of get cross-eyed.
But I mean, you had 2 quarterbacks. Maybe you should have kept one of them. You had Darnold, you had Baker Mayfield. You trade away Baker Mayfield, you let Darnold walk, and now it's like, look at you.
You're kind of back to where you were.
That organization is a mess. You traded up to get the number 1 pick. Now this year, you're going to be the number 1 pick, where you could have gotten, a real first round talent in the Caleb Williams or Drake May. But wait, you don't even have your number 1 pick. That's the Bears pick.
Damn. Sometimes you just blow the money on the wrong thing, and it was definitely the wrong thing.
Yeah. Hell. And the Bears, man, they might have the number 1 and the number 2 pick. That'd be some shit.
Seriously.
What do you think about this? I know we're going off on a tangent a little bit, but who cares? If I'm the Bears, just to troll the rest of the league, I'm going to be like, I'm drafting Caleb Williams number 1. I'm drafting Drake May number 2. And then because of that, you could probably just get like pretty much whatever you need for your roster. Because like, obviously you're not going to keep both of these QBs, and you're going to have everyone like, all right, we want this quarterback. It's like, all right, what are you going to give me? I want 4 first-round picks. I want your best player. And then, we want Drake May. All right, I want 3 first-round picks, and I want your best player. And then just like that, they got 7 first-round picks and like 2 like legit stars.
That is such Madden front office right there. That would be crazy to see. just because like I feel like they're openly not trying to keep Justin Fields anyway. So the first part of that plan makes sense, but man, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. right there. You got to consider that at least before the troll, because you're not gonna get a player like that all the time at the pick where you are, Chicago. So yeah, they got to figure it out. I mean, it seems like they like Bayesian, and that's why I just think it's almost time to beat that free Justin Fields drum. But yeah, they got a lot of they're playing with house money at this point if they just double up and like, yeah, we're gonna suck this year, and then they're in a supreme position of advantage.
That is true. Well, we get to see them on Sunday Night Football, skipping around a little bit at the Chargers. I think the Chargers will finally get a win.
I think it's another game. Yeah. Okay, overall, I am going Chargers. They should be winning. They got better run defense than pass defense, so they should be able to bottle up the run game. It's just we'll be on Bajent to come through. But Justin Herbert should be able to dissect his defense. Kellen Moore should be able to dissect his defense. It's not necessarily a tough defense to figure it out. So I'm gonna roll with the Chargers.
Yeah. All right, let's roll through these games. Vikings, Packers. Sorry.
I'm rolling with Vikings on this one. They're starting to warm up. They already took down the Niners. The Packers defense is not that scary at all. Vikings should be able to get it done on the road.
Yeah, I got Vikings as well. Justin, is that his name? Not Justin. Jordan Love. It's terrible. So
yeah, it's about to be Jordan
not
Haidt
believing in the Packers. Weeks. It's already Jordan Haidt. Yeah. Even though it's in Green Bay, Packers ain't winning this game. And the Vikings will be 4-4, just like that. Back in the wild card.
Suddenly back in the race, yeah. Saints Colts. Colts at home.
Saints. They have to win this game. They have to win this game. They have to win this game. It's a must win for the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints will win. Has to be.
It's Gardner Minshew. Let's not forget, it's still Gardner Minshew. Like,
I don't know. As of right now, Gardner Minshew is the one who cracked the code on the Browns defense, ran in 2 touchdowns, threw for 2 more. I don't know. Could be a different Minshew.
Why are we all like disrespecting the Ravens? Like the Ravens didn't do everything they wanted to against that Browns defense. Gardner Minshew cracked the code? No. Lamar cracked the code.
Fair enough.
But anyways,
I think the
he looked all right against the Browns.
I think the Colts get it done on this one. I think they're a little bit, they're riding high. They're gonna ride that high. Jonathan Taylor's getting more healthy. I feel like Saints are injured on defense a little bit. Derek Carr is Derek Carr. Kamara is gonna have 15 catches for 20 yards again, and they're still gonna find a way to blow it unless Olave is angry enough to volley for consistent targets like AJ Brown. But I just don't see it the way Derek Carr has been doing it lately.
I mean, he could set up the team. He could drive the team down the field, have them in position for a game-tying touchdown, throw it, put it right on the money, and then the tight end could just drop it. So there's that. There's always that possibility. No, I'm going with the Saints. We can go head-to-head on this one. I've been doing pretty good against you head-to-head, fucking guy.
Well, win some, lose most, apparently. Browns Seahawks. Seahawks at home. It's going to be kind of nasty. Deshaun Watson already ruled out. Keep collecting that guaranteed money, bro. I feel it. PJ Walker show once again. I think the Seahawks should be. It's actually a toughy one. I think the Seahawks pull this out in a close one, based on PJ Walker's mistakes.
Come on, man. 12th man. I think the Seahawks clown him. 12th man, home field advantage effect. Crowd will be rocking. I think this is one of those games where PJ Walker comes to and Seahawks win by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, that's very doable. In a rematch of a game we saw a couple weeks ago, Chiefs Broncos Part 2.
Oh yeah.
To the Chiefs.
Let's see. If they decide to run some more ridiculous plays when they could just, shut the door in the first quarter. Let's see if they're like, you know what? Let's go fake QB sneak. Actually, not. Let's not use the QB though. Let's go fake sneak with our backup tight end. See if we can get this first down.
Yeah, and Mahomes, don't throw the ball. I need you to 360 lay it up and see if they can catch it still.
Yeah.
Chiefs should be running away. Well, not running away, but they should. Yeah, no, Kareem Jackson, he's on timeout. So yeah, Chiefs should be running away with this one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
you don't have to worry about getting laid out.
This one shouldn't be close.
Let's see. Bengals, Niners. Niners reeling from a couple L's. Bengals off a bye. They gotta do it again. Niners at home.
Yeah, Niners are gonna win. I don't care about the bye week. The Bengals
I think the Niners
are just
line
gonna
plays a
be
little bit
victim.
angrier.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, they're gonna be a victim to the Niners not getting any sacks last week. We already know the Bengals O-line is suspect to begin with, and they're about to be teeing off on Joe Burrow in this one. Jamar Chase, he's going to be matched up with Chardavius Ward, who just got cooked by Jordan Addison. So I expect Chardavius Ward to be sharp as well. It doesn't matter who plays at quarterback. Purdy's in concussion protocol. Media just salivating to have a QB controversy if Darnold plays.
Yeah, they are.
Regardless, I got the Niners winning this game. They're not losing 3 straight.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Niners as well. It's just one they got to get back if they're gonna, get this campaign successful. We'll see how good Shanahan's system is when you plug in a new one. Should be fine. McCaffrey should be running wild. Everything should be okay in Niner land, for better or worse.
Yeah. We got my Birds.
Ravens, Cardinals.
The other Birds. Birds versus Birds. You already know Ravens gonna beat that ass.
Yeah, I got the Ravens winning this. I would love for them to do another back-to-back performance like they did against Detroit, just to show, hey, Lamar's here for real. Hey, Monken is legit. Hey, you can't stop our new look offense and your mama.
Yeah. And that leaves us at Monday night with
oh no, we forgot one. We forgot Rams Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were saving them for last. Rams Cowboys coming off a bye.
I'm obviously going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with Dallas. That line should be, get pressure on Stafford. Theoretically, that should work, but we'll see. I think it'll be closer than it needs to be, though. But that's just me not having faith in the Dallas secondary, which I usually don't.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm going to go Cowboys. We've seen this story too many times now. The offensive line is just not good enough to give they can't give Stafford enough time. And that's really it. The Rams offensive line is terrible. They have great receivers, but Stafford doesn't have enough time for them to run their routes to get them the ball. Their running game is weak. They just, they went all in for that Super Bowl, and now they're paying for it, and they're going to continue to pay for it, probably for the next, 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, a couple of seasons left on that deal.
Yeah, so I got the Cowboys winning, and that leaves Monday night stinker. This should be a Thursday night game. This should be a Thursday night game. Got the Lions or Raiders at the Lions. Backup QB most likely again for the Raiders. Brian Hoyer against Jared Goff. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I saw an interesting stat that Brian Hoyer actually hasn't won a starting game since 2016. I don't know why the Raiders are doing this to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, either. Might as well play the rookie. But
Yeah, you got better
it's
odds at that point.
Josh McDaniels being the smartest guy in the room. It's like, yeah, this is what we did in New England all those years. We need a veteran in here. Regardless,
I
Lions
hope
are
the
gonna.
Raiders get the spanking that the Lions got against the Ravens, because I'm ready for McDaniels to get pushed the hell out. I almost don't want him to even finish the season as a coach, because it's almost a disservice. You're wasting everyone's. At the end of the day, these are people's jobs. You're just making everyone look bad, and you're wasting everyone's time right here. Devontae Adams is so justified right now; it's crazy. And I just hate looking at Josh McDaniels. He just looks confused all the time.
Well, Mark Davis already said he's not going anywhere. So Josh
Fools lie
McDaniels is
all the
locked
time,
in.
but you're probably
Yeah,
right. He
that's
did
true.
just win a ring with the Aces, so he's not even looking at the Raiders.
Yeah, he's like, man, what are we gonna do with these Aces next year? I don't care about this other team.
Yeah, he probably has an intern looking at the stuff.
Yeah, but we both agree Lions, right? Win big.
Oh yeah, it should be a big old W for them. They feel better.
Alrighty. I guess that's gonna be a wrap for this week, y'all. It's episode 35. Kevin Durant. I guess. Brush your hair, bro.
Little bald
Like
spot.
always, yeah. Like always, like and subscribe. Follow us on IG, TikTok, all that good stuff. And we will be back here next week talking football, talking basketball, seeing who's smart, who's not smart. Till then, be out.
Yee.